Good morning, everyone. It is June 22, 2025, 10:30 in the morning Eastern time. Welcome, everyone. If you guys could give me a sound check, that would be absolutely awesome. Let people kind of move into the room. As you can see, I have a little banner under me here. It says, "The Church of I Am." I am actively encouraging big spiritual beings to wake up, embrace your natural gifts, advertise and promote those gifts and yourself to the world. Okay. There is no value in obscurity. The world needs you. It needs leaders, followers, subscribers, encouragers, agents of freaking change. We need an army. Okay. All you got to do is look at what happened this week. And we most certainly need an army of capable, like-minded spiritual beings that just revolutionize this world. If it's not going to happen now, it's just not going to happen. I think that's the truth. If it's not going to happen now, it's not going to happen. I am here as a servant. Okay, like I'm really here as a servant. I am compelled to be here, and I'm not gonna hide behind that. I am compelled to be here. So for some reason, in October of last year, I got a message to do this, to show up, to use the tools that I have available, which is this camera, some computer screens, no more than $5,000 worth of equipment. I wouldn't have thought. Well, probably more than that, but it's not a massive amount. And for what I've been given as far as gifts and abilities and experiences in life, I think I would be selfish not to do this. I would be really self-centered. I would be myopic, and quite frankly, I think I would be dismissing whatever brought me here and whatever brought you here. Dana, I see you in the room. Dana, please pick up 100. Pick up Ford 100. And if you can pick it up cheaper than that, this is going to be a test of my consciousness, because Bitcoin's getting crushed here. For you guys that don't know what I'm talking about, it's traded down to 100 grand. In fact, it's traded below 100. My friend Dana, who's helping me, you guys follow Dana Howe, by the way. She's helping me get my life organized. I've been trying to get her into Bitcoin. So pick it up at 100. You're going to be great. So back on why we're here. Why am I here? I am here because I have been told to be here. I can't tell you exactly who told me, why they told me, how long I've been told to be here. But then I opened my big mouth on the first time I do this in October, I think 16th. There's 1,000 people in the room at the end. I had no idea there would be 1,000 people in the room. Didn't advertise this. I did not advertise this, okay? I've never used my brother. Hey, tell everybody I'm doing Sunday church. I've never called anybody famous that I know. In fact, just last week was the first time we actually posted it before Sunday, because I've not really had any help here. And I think we posted it last Tuesday, and there's 10,000 people in the room last week. So something is happening here. I'm not going to question it too much. I'm going to show up. The point I was trying to make was I opened my big mouth the first time I was here, and 1,000 people here. And I said, hey, look, 1,000 people show up. I'll show up here for the rest of my life. And I realized that I made a commitment to whoever told me to be here on that Saturday night when I was painting. I kind of made a commitment to whoever or whatever that was. And it was funny because I was talking to Dana. I'm like, hey, I'm kind of trapped here, right? Because she said, hey, why are you doing the Sunday things? And she was just wanting to know why. What's my real intention? And the truth is, like, I made a commitment. And I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying this. Okay. I did not think I would enjoy this. I actually fought this. While 800 people are coming into the room, I fought this. So this is a good message. I think a good example of what I don't want you guys to do is sit there and go, oh, Gary's got all this ginned in. Like, I'm doing this every moment, just like you are. Okay. Like it's new every moment I am. It is new every time I do it, whether I was doing it when I was 25 and stopped doing it, or whether I was doing it perfectly or just yesterday. It is always a new experience to do. I am. Okay. I am is the most powerful 2 words in the entire universe. If you know of 2 words more powerful than I am, please smash them up here. I would really love to know that. Okay. So I am a leader. I am a great leader. And I have to remember what I've been saying to myself for a long time, because what I said in that October night when that message came to me, by the way, I had made a decision just prior to receiving that message that anytime I criticize anything or anyone, I must look at myself and find out what part of that person or that experience reminds me of myself. Because it is like, if I can spot it, I remember the Brits used to say, if you can spot it, you got it. So today, when I criticize the world around me, ladies, men, if you're criticizing the world around you, the people around you, your mate, whatever, look inside yourself. Go look at the mirror and go, whoa, what about him, her, it reminds me of something I am doing, have done, or should have done and did not do. Something I should have said and didn't say. Something I said and I shouldn't have said it. Okay, or shouldn't have said it in a certain way. That is a really powerful message. Okay. If you don't get stuck in other people causing you to be a victim, you will always be responsible, because I'm constantly looking at myself going, oh, Gary Daly, Gary Daly, or Bank of Bitcoin, or whatever judgments I may have of anyone. I need to really look at myself. Okay. That's where the adversity is coming. Okay. If I'm too stuck in my own mindset, for instance, it would become very easy for me to go, oh yeah, I've done the IMs already. I haven't done enough IMs. I should have probably been leading a church 10 years ago if I'd have been doing the IMs correctly. But there's no correct and no incorrect. Okay. The truth is, I am conscious at different levels in every part of my life. I am conscious and unconscious. Okay. I believe I am both conscious and unconscious at very different stages of my life. For instance, when I was 18, I was completely unconscious. Now, having said that, while I'm being unconscious, and what did unconscious look like? Just doing a bunch of things that had literally being driven just out of the very front end of my frontal cortex, or whatever my thought thinking thing is. Literally, like if a girl moved, okay, need to go hit her. If a deal moved, need to go close that deal. Oh, there's money over there. Go smash that. It was a very animalistic. Yeah, animalistic is probably the right word for it. Now, pain, my buddy, pain, the four-letter word that no one really wants to talk about. I mean, the F word gets more attention than the P word. Pain. Pain is the gift that just never stops giving. What kind of pain am I talking about? Remember when I did this? I said, hey, when I was totally unconscious, let me tell you, when I was totally unconscious doing stuff that didn't really give any kind of thought process to the long-term implications, there was a little guy right back here, as small as that voice might be, saying, bro, you're way off course here. Okay. There was this message. If you don't have that message, I'm sorry. Okay. Like you're probably not going to show up here very often. But if you have this message that oh shit, I'm way off track. You might do it for 30 years. Okay. But you still know you're off track. It is that pain. Okay. It is that pain. It is that message. It's that little voice. You guys re-smash the room. Okay. There are too many people on this planet that need to actually go to church. And by go to church, I mean go into self and pray and discover self. Man, I need to discover what the heck I'm here for. Okay, like whether you make great success or no success, whether you're failing right now, if you're in deep pain and you're lost, dude, embrace it, okay? You're so close. You're so close to letting go of your ego. You know, when I'm in pain, okay, when I'm like confused, and there are like plenty of areas. Somebody just sent me a note and said, hey, that painting you did, what was going on with you? And my answer was, I remember about 5-6 years ago, I lived on the beach. This is when I lived with my wife and children. We all lived in the same house 5 or 6 years ago. And my wife's mother brought her friend into my art room, which was a no-no, but they did it anyway. Anyway, the lady walks out of the house and says, hey, your son-in-law, like he could use some help. I mean, she saw my paintings as dark, and McGinna asked me, hey, what was going on with you when you did that painting? And I think my response was, hey, I have a lot inside me that needs to probably get out. I have a lot inside of me that does most certainly need to get out. And I don't know what it all is. It's endless. The more I look, okay, the more I look, the more I see, the more I discover about who I am really, really, really. Who am I and why am I here requires me to become conscious. And that's the conversation that we're talking about today. So if you guys could consciously we're going to take a couple of seconds here. Everybody's going to have an opportunity to email someone, email or call someone, and, send them this link, and let's get this church big. Okay. I think there's 100,000 people that can come to church with us. And imagine what this army would be like. Imagine 10,000 people all coming together right this second, putting down if you're driving, pull over for 3 minutes, okay? Just for 3 minutes. I'm going to ask you to do something. I'm going to ask you to really think about this question, okay? If I'm right, and in order for me to really discover my I amness, if I'm right, I have to be conscious. Okay. Because the I am that I am trying to discover, I would never in a million trillion years told you I would be running a church. Make as much fun of it as you want. I don't really care. I mean, it's so genuine that I would be doing a church at 10:46 on a Sunday morning. I had to become uncomfortable. One, I had to go do something. Look, me painting um, is very weird. Okay. I mean, it's so weird and out of context for me. It is bizarre to me. It is absolutely bizarre to me. But I had to get into enough. Uh, what's the word I'm looking for? I had to get into a state of discomfort, dis-ease, unease, vibration. Actually, it was a vibration. And I'm so grateful that someone did something so stupid. It was just so stupid that it actually threw me into having to look at all this. I would never have said 5 years ago this was going to be a gift. And that's why all of you guys, like if you're struggling right now, okay, if you're a little lost, if you're a billionaire and you're lost, if you're broke and you're lost, we're all in the same spot. All you have to do is discover the I am. The truth is, you're where you're at today because how you have been communicating with self. I am where I am today because of how I have been communicating with myself. I'm scared to really be everything I am. It requires me to be really responsible. It also requires me to be, quite frankly, alone a lot and by myself and having no noise. And it is not something I want to do. I have tried to escape aloneness my whole life. Might be something about being a twin. Can't be with and can't be without, right? Like it's a paradox. The more I get conscious about my discomfort, so many people want to move away from the discomfort. I'm begging you to move toward it. Embrace it. A1 says, "Hey, I ain't got any. I have no one to call or email. I am one of one." Okay, but A1 has more friends today than he had yesterday because he's here. He does, dude. Okay. Now, I personally would change his verbiage, and we're going to talk about that today because I've gotten a lot of emails in the last couple of weeks of people giving me awesome IMs. And in fact, all of them are awesome. Okay. But if you have any negativity in your IM, I would encourage you to look at the reverse of that. Okay. The flip side of that. For instance, you can't say I am unemployed. Okay. Now, the reality is you may be unemployed, you may be unemployable. But you need to start saying, I am creative. I am employing, or I am, you look, first off, you need to give yourself a break. Okay. And by break, I mean you need to understand that no one's ever taught you how to do this. Shame on them, not on you. However, now that you know that, oh, wow, no one ever sat you down at 5 years old and said, son, I want to know who you are. And I'm going to leave you down here to write who you are. I am a great leader. Okay. Remember, I said take 3 minutes. I need you to sit down right now with your pencil. Go get your book. Please show up here with your book. Okay. You people inviting people. Hey, Dana, we need to have a book. We're going to sell a book. Okay. We're going to start a subscription model, guys. I like it. I've had Dana here. It makes more sense for me to do that. It'll be better for everyone. But Dana, we ought to do a book and call it whatever I am, and sell the shit out of this book, and everybody have the same kind of book, and we're all working together. 100,000 of these books. Okay. I'll get it at the best price we can. That's a great idea. Okay. Now I'm getting excited. See, now I get in and not even thinking about what I'm doing. I just start talking and I start making commitments. Hey, Dana, do this. Boom. That's all we got to do now. Okay. And she's awesome because what does she do? Let's go. Right. She's zero hesitation. I love that about her. Really just awesome. I have met some really, really cool people just by changing. I've met some really, really cool people just by trying to become more of myself. More of myself. And that is all I'm doing here. I have no advice for anyone. I'm not trying to tell you how to live. I'm not a counselor. I'm not an influencer for sure. I'm not a newscaster. I heard so much negative shit this weekend that I couldn't even go into a space or YouTube. Like the stuff I'm watching on YouTube now is like, I want to watch some religious, historical stuff, spiritual stuff. What happened to the Sumerians? Like, I do not need this negativity, man. It's not good for me. I don't think it's good for anyone. I do not think it's good for anyone. That's one of the reasons I'm doing this, to counterbalance all of this crap, all this negativity. Okay. It's just so negative. No finger pointing everywhere. I am responsible for this fucking mess. Okay. I am responsible. And I can sit here and whine and cry. Oh, I'm lonely. I need somebody to love on. You know what? Whatever. Okay. Right now we have a battle in front of us, and I just need to be in me. Okay. In me. Like I am a tough little mofo. It makes sense to me like a guy would get on here and do this. We've had too many passive people, man. Okay. We've had too many passive people. We've had too many nice people. We need to start a freaking army, folks. Freaking army of truth. Okay. So I am a great leader. I am a great speaker. And I want you to write down here, although I might be a little flighty, I want you to write down on your piece of paper who the heck you are. Okay. Right now, I am. And if the best you can do is Bobby Smith, awesome. Now, I am beyond Bobby Smith. I'm alive. Okay? You don't have to say I'm in pain. Don't say I'm in pain. I am alive. I am embracing all of my emotions and feelings, and I'm going to wind them up into a nuclear furnace, and I'm going to create tremendous power. Okay, I'm going to take all my angst, I was a victim, life is tough, and get fucking angry then, okay? Get out of being a little fear victim. Find out when did you start talking to yourself in such a negative manner, and all you have to do is start changing it every time. This is why consciousness is so important, okay? While you're writing down something, I want you to ask yourself this question. This is a really hard question. I think this is a harder question than I am. On a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being pure consciousness, I am literally so conscious. I'm aware of everything going on. I'm aware of smells, sensory, the temperature in the room, the temperature in my body. I am aware of my breathing. I am aware of fear in parts of my body or pain, or I am aware of emotions or thoughts. I am aware of your presence here. Okay. Like, I believe I can actually become so sensitive that I can get into someone's space. Like, nothing is prohibiting you from exercising tremendous power. Okay. Tremendous power. There have been freak shows on this planet with bizarre IQs, with tremendous abilities to do crazy things. And we're sitting here talking to ourselves in the most negative fashion one could imagine. Oh, by the way, we're being permeated, raped, violated on a regular basis with an incalculable amount of negativity and violence and anger and lies. So if look, people wake up and they take their vitamins. People wake up and eat. People go to the doctor and get a bunch of drugs. Why is it that when we say, hey, look, let's take our medicine today for I am, let's not go to the gym and work on our thin hips and our massive calves and biceps so that we are all perfect models. Perhaps we should work on being an exceptional human being, being an outrageously exceptional human being, and becoming your own hero. Like, why are you so focused on other heroes? I need you to be a hero. I want you to be my hero, man. Like, why do you think people go to Tom Cruise movies and Marvel movies? They want to be the hero, okay? I want to be a hero. Well, guess what? If you want to be a hero, couldn't have found a better time on planet Earth to be here. Because we need rules, baby. We need a lot of rules and a lot of heroes. And by rules, I mean hero rules. That's what we need. That's what I need. I do not have enough great people around me or great heroes. So finish your I ams. I am. What are you? Okay. I want to hear it. If you don't have a piece of paper, in fact, I'd like to see it on the comments. We got 2,100 people in the room today. Probably going to smash a record out. So you guys keep inviting people if you would. But I'd like to hear what are your I ams, okay? I'd like to hear it from Garrett. Garrett says, Garrett Barn reposted this stream. That's awesome. Thank you. Now give me an I am, big boy. A1, I went stage 4 cancer. Don't give up. You got to stay positive. Dude, awesome. You are awesome example of a human being. Keep smashing those I ams. I am alive. I am a powerful, powerful player, okay? And love the message, Adrian. Thank you, buddy. PJ Cow, I don't think I'm saying your name correctly. I am awareness. I am aware of all the goodness in the world. I attract, hey, this is a really good one, guys. I attract great energy. I attract great energy. Okay. I don't get stuck. Now, see what I did? I don't get stuck on what I think I want. I need to change that. Okay. That's negative. But see how I did it? I don't. Immediately went to I don't. So how do I change? I don't get stuck on what I think. I am open to all the possibilities of me. Okay. So now I'm not like boxing myself in. Let's I want to read what consciousness is, okay? I want to just give me a few minutes. I'm going to read a few things that I prepared. Consciousness is all things we experience each day that make up our awareness of our lives, our environment, our memories, our thoughts, our emotions, sensations, and the whole package around us. Essentially, consciousness is my awareness of myself and the world around me. And for you, it's consciousness of yourself and the world around you. How you're responding to that world. Do you see what is really happening, or do you put something, a filter on top of it, right? How conscious are you? From 1 to 10, how conscious are you? 10 being purely conscious. I am, as a divine declaration of self, is really one of consciousness. It's a life force that shapes our reality and our future. This is really, really important to me. The future. See, I believe that I am creating the next. Imagine you're on the most wonderful journey ever. You don't know exactly where it's going. You don't know if it's going up or down, but you have this magical 2 by 2 foot, I don't know, 1 by 1 foot concrete path block to put down. Every time you put that block down, you're going to take a step. And you have these, imaginary blocks that you're laying out. Okay. I am is that foundation. I am a great leader. Okay. Now you're laying that pathway way out into the future. I've been doing this since I was 25 years old. Why I did this, I have no idea, but I would go to work every day. I am a great leader. I am a great leader. I am a great speaker. I just kept doing these I ams. I am a great orator. Here I am 30 or 40 years later. What am I doing? I don't think I really did the I am a great speaker and I am a leader. I am a warrior of God. I used to say that all the time. I am a great warrior of God's, not even knowing what God is. But it was enough for me to know that God was some big thing, much, much, much bigger than me. That's all it was. It wasn't a religious thing. It was just like, hey, there's something else going on here. I am not in charge. I can barely be in charge of what I am actually thinking, and that's the trick on I am. The trick on I am is that it makes me get conscious, or I stop doing the I am. And then what I end up with is the I ams that were given to me by my family, my society, the society that I think I imagined, the messages in there that I imagined, and everything that came before this moment and these experiences is a package for me. I believe I came here as a package. And every experience I have, if there was another human being next to me having exactly the same experience, that person most certainly would have a different experience and a different outcome and a different set of decisions that they unconsciously or consciously made during that event, during that experience, during that image, during that imagination. Oh, where does my imagination come from? It comes from my images, man. So when I start doing I am, if I can stick emotion behind it, and this is why negative motion is so hard to get rid of. negative IMs, negative imprints on me, on my code, my instruction manual. I have an instruction manual. I didn't even write the damn thing. Write your damn instruction manual for yourself. Don't take your mom's and your dad's, okay? Your mom and your dad wrote an instruction manual for themselves, each individually. Then they combine theirs. They haven't even shared it with each other, not clear at all on their own IMs. They then smash that together very unelegantly, and they feed it to you for 18, 20, 30 years. Your instruction manual has not been written by you. It's been written by somebody else. And usually it's been written by not even your parents, but a society of people. And in the last 30 or 40 years, it's been written by the weakest people on planet Earth. The weakest people with the lowest IQs and the lowest amount of IM. Actually, the lowest amount of create that could be brought to this planet is by the most mediocre human beings on the planet. There is no create there. There's only destroy. Destroy, create. Okay? I have to be very careful who I get around now. I realize that, okay? I have a tremendous amount of create, and what I need to do is be around people that help me create. People help me, and the people that also create. See, I think that the I am is this divine, like, prayer. It's a divine feeding. Like, I point to my brain. I don't really mean to. I really mean to point here. Like, I think I live here, not here. Nothing is making a decision. I am speaking from my very essence here. I'm not calculating what I'm saying. These are my notes. Okay, no notes here. It says, I am conscious, I am emotions, positive versus negative, reframe, unconscious. I just wrote these down. Unconscious, conscious, I am a great leader. And then pray at the end and be nice to someone. Literally, these are my comments. Okay, even though I've been up 3 hours worrying about this. Because I'm not really doing this, okay? I am the paintbrush. I'm the pencil. That's all I am. This pencil is awesome. Now, it does nothing except express what I'm trying to express. And I am just like the pencil. Why can't I just let the information flow through me? I believe there is something out there that will use me, okay? I am willing to be used for good. I am willing to be completely used for good. Now, inside of what I just said is a hidden I am that I have to actually look at, okay? Because I just figured out that I have this weird, I am willing to be used. See, that has inside of it another emotion that I get wasted in the process. You wouldn't know that, but as soon as I said it, I thought, oh wow, that's gonna be fucking painful, man. That's gonna be painful. So I have something buried in this. Hey, I'm willing to be. Well, quite frankly, I am that guy that, like, if I worked for the Japs and we were losing the war, I would have done the Harry Carey thing. Like, hey, for the greater good. I lost a bunch of money in England one year, and it was a colossal amount of money, and it was so bad that, I mean, I remember having a conversation with my bosses. They were in Houston. I was in Rome at the time. I said, hey, man, I'll follow my sword, you know. Like, let's just print up a story in the Wall Street Journal. Cardone went rogue, busted the numbers. To me, I'm the one that caused the problem. And to me, that's the right thing to do when you're in a war. Somebody's got to take the hit. You take the hit, right? I'm the one that caused it. Look, that's a good part of me, okay? Um, that I am willing to be that guy, but I have inside of there also, hey, I'm willing to get wasted for good. And I think I need to just reframe it such that I am willing to be used and I have great capacity. Like I don't need to feel like I'm going to get wasted, right? That I am bigger than waste. I do not have to die. I do not have to be in pain, suffer to also help and be a good person. So somewhere in there, and it's probably the whole, who knows, man. But the point I'm trying to make is that I am a consolidation, a complex compilation of mass number of messages that are unconscious to me. Unconscious just in some of the verbiage I even use. And this is why you'll see me spend a lot of time defining words. I want to read you a story that I made up. I actually asked Grok made it up. If I'm honest, Grok made it up based on a scenario I gave it. And this is a story about a guy named Eli, and Eli is a weary traveler. He feels lost. He's disconnected from his dreams. He's unaware of his inner power. Oh, interesting. I have not been dreaming for 4 or 5 years. And ever since I started doing the I ams, I started dreaming again. You can't make this up, okay? I mean, literally no dreams. And now I'm dreaming much more frequently. Elijah meets a wise elder by a river one day. And he says, your life is shaped by 2 words. I am. Speak them consciously, for they carry the life force of creation. What's the lesson here? The lesson is the elder teaches Eli that I am is a declaration of identity and intention. Conscious awareness of thoughts and feelings, self-awareness. He's defining these words differently. Consciousness, awareness of thoughts and feelings. Self-awareness, knowing one's own unique essence. Self-awareness, knowing one's unique essence. Do you know your unique essence? Okay, I think that's very, very important. Do I know what my unique essence is? Can you write down 3 things that define your unique essence? I would ask you to do that right now. Unique essence. What is your unique essence? What are you aware of? If you get panicked, awesome. Then you know you're close. Unique essence. I am like fire. I am tough as nails. I will punch through freaking walls. And I am committed to, see, here I go again. I'm committed to death. I do have that, hey, dude, I'm an all-in cat. Okay, so that is my unique, I am willing to die for the right thing. I'm willing to go to prison for the right thing. I sure hope so. Okay, I sure hope I'm a man enough to do what it is required to do at the time it's required to do it. Not doing something is a sin. Not doing something that I should do is a violation of my own Bible with myself, man. Am I a man or a mouse? Right? Am I a man? What am I? What is my unique essence? I am not a mouse. That's my point. Okay. So, what is your unique essence? Okay. Hopefully, you wrote that down. And life force. Okay. So, the elder says the I consciousness, Awareness of thoughts and feelings, self-awareness, knowing one's unique essence, and then the life force, the energy of existence. These all work together to manifest my reality and your reality. Now, this thing about the energy of existence, life force, what is that? Wow, life force. So we started with I am, we went to consciousness, and now we're back to self-awareness, consciousness, and life force. Consciousness is how I'm feeling, my emotions around a certain subject. Unique essence, what am I bringing to the table, right? And then my energy, my life force. You know, there are some people that have more life force than others. Like I have a monster amount of life force. I am naturally jacked up, okay? If I'm excited about something, I am seriously jacked up about it. If I'm not, I'm just not. I'm just that kind of weird cat. Now, it helps that I have learned how to channel this energy. By the way, channeling, okay? By channeling, I mean focusing. I mean consciously driving a nail right through a fucking 8-foot board, right? Like you focus really, really, really deeply. This is why I do not believe in diversification. I do not believe in diversification in almost any field, anywhere, anytime, for any reason. You cannot tell me why being dispersed is a good thing. You don't do it in your marriages. You don't do it in your job. You don't have 5 jobs at one time. You don't play 5 games of casinos at one time. You don't bet on 5 different horses at one time. I don't read 5 books at one time. Okay. I need to focus my energy. It's already dispersed all over the place. I don't even know what who brought me with half my energy. I must have a fire in my belly, man. Somewhere. If you don't, we got to find out why. You got to find out why, and then you got to like decide that you don't want to be that way anymore. What is the moral of all this, huh? Eli began practicing these affirmations daily. He focused on his desires, his future. These are the things he came up with. I am a healer. I am a healer. Everybody can say that. You should say this. To me, there are some I ams that we should all say, not get all habitual about it. If you get habitual about this, Hail Mary, full of grace, Lord is with thee, blah, blah. And I'm not trying to make fun of the Catholic Church, but like I repeated these prayers so often that I didn't even know what the words meant anymore. I say I am a cotillionaire. I am full of life, glory, and great example for mankind. I am a great example of man, okay? I have no shame in saying I am a good example of men, okay? I am absolutely, you ask any woman, ask my ex-wives. I mean, I'm proud of that, okay? I've been a good man. I continue to be a great man, okay? You can say that. I continue to be a great man. If you're not at the great level yet, I am a good man, okay? And then, hey, I am great. I am getting great. Okay. I really like to keep this in the present, though. Don't do the getting and I'm not great yet, but I will be. That's not an affirmation. Okay. I am present. I am present right now. You say that I am present. That's all you got to do. Just, hey, life is tough. Dude, you know what? I am present right now. Okay, what's in me right now? Nothing's killing me right this second. So what the heck is going on? Breathe. I breathe. I become conscious. I find a guy like me, if I'm really screwed up and I go and do what I need to do, like, hey, man, this is the deal. And I find somebody that will actually be honest with me and not sugarcoat this thing. Okay. This isn't easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. Does it take a tremendous amount of time? No, it doesn't. So you don't have a real choice here. You have a choice to be a victim for the rest of your life, or you have a choice to man up. Okay. I'm saying man up, girl up, man up. This is it, man. Okay. This is it here. We need great people on this planet. I need you to like sort this shit out. Like, I'm not going to be here forever. And I think our leaders have betrayed us. I think our religious leaders have betrayed us. Okay. I can't think of a religious leader that I actually admire. I'm sorry. Can't think of one of them. I can think of a lot of men that wrote great books though. And they were all back in the 30s. And we've lost all that. You know, like I read all these books, man. Studied them. Like probably read more self-help books between the age of 23 and 30 than I did all the books in high school and college. And one thing I'll tell you, they helped me a lot more. Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill. Okay, like I'll share these books. I don't need to write a book. The books are already written, okay? I don't have any new information. There isn't any new information. You are the new information. You're here right this second. You're not writing your book. You're actually living your book, okay? It's not a dress rehearsal. It's showtime. If you're really struggling with this, it's because there are people around you that don't want you to get this. Now I'm going to say that again, okay? Because this is the problem with most people. Most people, one, do struggle doing this. This is hard, man. This isn't easy, okay? This isn't, you know why it's hard? It's hard because no one ever showed you how to do it in the first place. No one. It's just a muscle you don't have. Your muscle is, I am negative. I am a human. I am a diseased human being. I might catch COVID. I am this. I am a victim. Blah, blah, blah. Right? How about this? I am a badass motherfucker. Okay. How about that? I am alive and I am going to win the game today. I am a dad and I'm going to make sure my daughters are awesome. I'm a father and I'm going to make sure my kids don't have to worry about money in the future and constantly scraping, turning into OnlyFans people. I am a good enough father to discipline my daughters when they're fucking out of control. Okay? I can raise my voice for a reason. I have rules for a reason. I need to have, if I have a rule, deploy the rule. You know, this thing about, have you guys ever heard the saying about men live lives of quiet desperation? That's such a sad thing. I actually believe that. I believe, I'll say a good 10 or 15 years of my life have been maybe not 15, but a chunk of years have been in quiet desperation, man. Quiet, like, see, the thing is, it always gets back to the same thing. Every time I compromise myself to do something, to be with someone, or to accomplish something, I lose a part of myself. That's just it's just too hard for me, I think. Now you can sit here, please help. You can analyze everything I'm saying. You're going to be picking up words. Oh, of course, Gary's stuck on that. Listen to how he talks to himself. And that is an awesome example for you. Okay. Like you should pick up things that I'm saying, go, oh, wow, he's actually being inconsistent. Of course I am. If I had all this jigged in here, I wouldn't probably vibrate the way I do. This consciousness thing, though, is really, really, really important. And we're all trying to run away from being aware. The self-awareness and consciousness, they're a little painful in the beginning. In fact, I'll just tell you, I'll tell you the truth. The truth is excuse me, my boys are going crazy. That pretty much stopped it. When I'm uncomfortable, okay, that is me screaming at myself. I'm screaming at myself going, hey, man, hey, dude, wake up, wake up, wake up. Are you awake? Are you awake? 1 to 10, how conscious are you? I'm maybe 4, maybe 5. I think 5 is like a huge number. Huge number. I wish I was 9. I'm not sure I could handle 10. Might go crazy, right? I am becoming a pure spiritual entity. Like that is all I am. I am a 100% spiritual entity, a 100% spiritual being. Anytime I've ever wanted to intermesh with another human being, I was literally trying to go exterior so I could like experience another spiritual human being. That has always been my interest in well, it's just women for me, but in women, it just, I've always wanted to like have this, this melding of two beings, some kind of magical, crazy experience that didn't have all the friction and gravity and what's the word? And expectations, demands. Two people, man, just why do we all have so much like baggage with this shit? I don't get it. Why can't we just like, I have 2 birds that have been visiting me here. It's two cardinals. One's beautiful, bright red male. Female's stunning. Female pops at my windows almost every day, knocks on my windows and checks me out. And then I've been laying seed all around. That's one of the things I have noticed, and that might be worth you noticing. How much life do you have around you? I notice that when I am doing my very best in life, when I feel the most alive, I have a lot of life around me, whether it's animals or plants or whatever. And I think there's something, I think I like being around the energy of life. I think, because I don't really like enjoy all the work associated with animals and fish and plants, but there's something about the energy of having living things, living creatures. I think it actually puts off an energy in my space. I don't know that for sure, but it's a vibe. See, and I get into the vibe, right? I get into what I call frequency. I think there's something really magical about the right frequency. I've lived maybe in, I don't know, 20 or 30, maybe 35 homes, all over the world. I mean, not all over the world, and I'm very different. In England, I am so different than I am here. Even how I paint is different. There are some places that I go to, I cannot wait to get out of there. Cannot wait to get out. I am a great warrior. Okay. When I get lost, why did I just say that? I have a couple of I ams that are really great anchors for me. And you're going to find there's going to be some I ams as you do this. And I implore you to do it, man. If you do it for 1 month, you will never regret it ever. If you were to do this for 1 month, like a 90% kill rate, you will be absolutely shocked in 5 years what's happened to your life. It doesn't cost you a penny, okay? It doesn't cost you a penny to do this. What it requires you to do is take a little time to think about what you're doing in your life. You would never approach buying a car the way you approach your day. You would never approach buying a home the way you approach creating your life. You enter into a 30-year mortgage and you do all this homework. Most of it's based on bullshit data. And you go lock yourself into a 30-year mortgage in a zip code and a mental construct of the white picket fence and success, while 8 billion people are all connecting on planet Earth and you're busy anchoring yourself into a small spot on a globe under the weight of a mortgage to buy a house you can't afford, trapping yourself at 30 years old. Why would you want to trap yourself? I mean, I got Marines in here. James Smith, 28-year Marine. I mean, these guys go in for 4, 12, 15, 20 years. They don't go in for their entire lives. Okay? This guy didn't say he was going to be shooting people for the rest of his life. He is a Marine. He's a well-served human being. He's got order in his life, but he's still I am James Smith, man. Now he gets to see, the cool thing is he doesn't have to be a Marine his whole life. He can actually be James Smith. You guys are like, I hate people calling me a commodity trader or an influencer or this guy. I'm Gary Cardone, dude. Can't put me in a box. I have a lot of abilities. Okay, you have a lot of abilities. There should be no shame in you saying, hey, I'm a painter, I'm a philosopher, and I'm a business guy. I mean, I didn't laugh at John Barr when he came from J.P. Morgan, first time I met a big Wall Street guy, and he also wrote poems. I thought that was like, wow. Wall Street Warrior also writes poems. That's quite interesting. See, that opened my eyes up. I was 26 years old. I couldn't believe that. I didn't think meeting the J.P. Morgan guy was so cool. I thought meeting a J.P. Morgan guy that wrote a poem on the plane was freaking unbelievable. See, I didn't know a guy in the Army could be a nice guy. I didn't know a guy on Wall Street could be a creative person. See, James Smith said, hey, man, I'm a warrior. I'm not a passionate person. I'm not a person of passivity, right? So he's going to be a warrior. Anger, I mean, maybe not, but I never thought I'd be doing this. I got to tell you, and I am so glad I'm doing it. And I know what I'm sharing with you it would literally take a guy like me who's been doing this almost on an unconscious level for so long to actually do this. I mean, it actually gives me so much happiness to think, oh, wow, man. So you live your whole life this way. And by the way, it has not been that comfortable. I mean, I know it looks really cool to you guys, but y'all don't see you don't see the points when I'm, you know, out of the public eye for 2, 3 years, 4 years, when I'm struggling, when I don't have the freedom. I've been painting. Just realized the other night that I have been painting. You don't see them in here, but I probably have 50 paintings that are prison. They're literally prisons. Some of them hanging in my house. I mean, I actually like some of the art quite a bit. But in my art room, I must have 30 paintings that are literally, when you look at them, you don't notice it initially. And then you start looking at it and go, hey, if I looked at this from the inside out instead of the outside in, what does it look like? And it looks like a freaking prison. And it was a prison. I had trapped myself. That's fascinating, actually. I had trapped myself into a prison of justifications and rationalizations, and woke up 10 years later and went, fuck, this prison has gone from being a virtual one to real. First, I just violated rules. I violated some rules. I cut some corners, and I didn't spend enough time going, is this really right for me? The answer would have been no. Every time it would have been no. And I went, I don't really want to suffer that yet. Okay. And so by delaying a couple of decisions, by not confronting those decisions, thinking I will fix it later, little did I know, wow, fixing it later would cost me 12 to 14 years of my life. Now, the cool thing is you never have to make this mistake, okay? Secondly, and as importantly, I can't say that I will never make this mistake again, funny enough. But what I can say is that I'm not angry over it. Like when I say, hey, wow, 12 years of my life, that's 20% of my life, okay? 12 years of my life, most people get really, really bitter. Anger. I am not. Actually, I think it's been a gift, okay? I wouldn't be here. I had to get really disjointed and feel isolated from everything I knew that worked to end up back here. I had to almost get stripped down. And I most certainly had to unplug. I had to unplug from what I was touching into, okay? This is why I get back to, hey, if you're having a problem with I am, and you really have a problem and you want to do something about it, one, I will tell you, it is about the people or groups around you. That is the only thing stopping you from your I am. Can't tell you who that is. However, I know how to figure out who it is. So if you're really, 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 really stuck and you want to do something about it quickly and with finality, reach out to Dana at GaryCardone.com. But it's not for the weak of heart. So you got to be willing to like really take a look at what the hell is going on with you. I had to look very, very closely and realize, hey, I have brought in enemies all over the place in my little boat. And just like I suggest anyone leaving high school or college change their zip code, If you're having a very difficult time in your life, it is because of the people around you. You've surrounded yourself with problems, or you've never disconnected yourself from problems. If you keep swimming in the same pond and you don't change the water, it's going to become polluted. I don't care how big the damn toilet is. Sooner or later, it needs to be refreshed, cleaned, refinished, flushed a few times. You get the point? Okay. Every little pond will become a cesspool unless it's refreshed, filtered, cleaned, monitored, taken care of. Come on. Okay. You got to admit, I have been lazy. I have been lazy with fertilizing my mind. I have been lazy with fertilizing my Garyness. I have been lazy with the friends around me. Everyone. I have been lazy with my disgust with my laziness. You want to get critical? Get critical on yourself, okay? Hey, Gary, I didn't do I am today. Now how do I do that? I don't go shame myself. Oh gosh, you didn't do it. One, I go, okay, well, just do it right now. So make up for it. Okay. And then maybe punish myself and make me do it for another 3 or 4 minutes. And I fix the problem right there. Oh, okay, I didn't do it this morning. I didn't. And so I'm going to do it right now. I am a great leader. Okay. Great passion. Oh, by the way, there's no I am, and then you just fill in the blanks. I am every line. I am. I saw a guy the other day, gave me 40 I ams. I am. This isn't a fucking spreadsheet. This is not a column. This is your life, man. Okay. I am a great being. I am a great lawyer. Not lawyer. I am not a great lawyer. I have 0 legal matters. When I start this, man, it's hard, okay? And you're gonna start getting really self-aware and conscious over and over. Oh my God, dude, how you talk to yourself. Okay, how you talk to yourself. And you can't let that get you down. All you're becoming aware of is, oh wow, man, look at this garden. Like I have this beautiful desk, and I look at it, and I should show it to you because it's disgusting. I mean, I have stuff all over this desk. I'm so messy, but it's such a beautiful desk, and I treat it like shit. And guess what? That's the way I treated my whole beingness, okay? I just clutter it with stuff. What I need to do is you need to look at your I amness and go, oh my God, man, I've got pornography all over the place here. I've got trash here. I've got old bubble gum wrappers that are disgusting. I haven't cleaned the glasses. I have all these thoughts in my mind that are just disgusting. They're more akin to being in a gutter than a beautiful garden. You go to England and in May and go look at their gardens. Okay, that's a garden. Go to Versailles and look at it. There's no weeds. What, you guys think you're not going to have to weed your mind? Fertilize it? Okay. How much fertilizer do you put on it? How many books did you read this week? How many articles did you read? Do you think this is not going to help you? It's going to help me. Okay. That's why I keep asking you guys, hey, spin this out to other people. I don't know why there aren't tens of thousands of people in this room. There is no religious nomenclature here. It's just like, hey, let's get our act together. Okay, this is simply about what kind of fuel I'm putting in my vehicle. Am I putting grade A super jet fuel, or am I putting lemonade and sugar? You know, if you're flying an F-35, dude, you can't do it on diesel. You need jet fuel. Okay, like they don't put crap in those machines. Why are you putting crap in your machine? In fact, half your batteries that your parents gave you haven't been replaced, cleaned. I mean, hell, you probably don't even know where your batteries are. I have to be able to look at my mother and go, my mother was a cool chick. Cool chick, okay? But let's be honest, I don't know anything about my mother. I don't really know if she was happy or unhappy. I suspect she was pretty unhappy. She had a tough life. I don't know anything really. Okay. I don't know if she died. Hey, I did the best. She raised two good boys. And two good, I mean, she did to all the kids actually. But was she perfect? Shit, man. My mother brought a lot of baggage to the table. I guarantee you that shit. Okay. My dad brought baggage. Me not looking at my parents with a critical eye, a loving but critical eye, there's no shame in that. Look, what did my dad know? What did my mom know? They didn't know everything. In fact, I suspect they had the same lies perpetrated on them that we had perpetrated on us. My point is that if we grow up and we have parents and teachers and brothers and sisters, and we all look around and go, oh, wow, we got a weird family. Why do you think you're saying that? Because, look, that family served to bring you into the universe. Its job wasn't to prep you for the next 100 years of you being a spiritual being. They literally taught you how to eat and shit and put clothes on and then learn how to eat for yourself, right? I mean, I know this doesn't sound very like all logical and everything, but at the end of the day, at about 12 years old, 15 years old, you start to turn into an awareness bunny. You start to realize, oh, wow, I am different than him. I am different than him. In fact, probably at 3 or 4, probably at 1, I realized, oh, wow, dude, I'm not my brother. See, I had to have something to bounce against to go, maybe this being a twin actually helped me. But it was very clear to me, well, I'm not him, dude. Like, not even close. And he's not me. I would never expect. I think Grant would go crazy trying to be me. I think he would absolutely shoot himself in the face. Because like it's impossible. You see. Oh, he looks like me. No, he could never be like me. And vice versa. And like like you do understand. There's like I'm not saying that either one of us are better than. It's not possible. So why are you trying to be like somebody, right? Or why are you really like? It's hard to be yourself if you don't know who you are. Okay, so conscious. I have to be conscious, more conscious. I have to be conscious of what I do that is a distraction. Where do I get off? Like this is not, this requires discipline. This most certainly requires discipline. And what I find is that if I am consistent, like I am a bit of a habitual human being. I'm quite habitual, actually. But I find that having this habitual thing, it allows me not to have to make decisions about things that are not really meaningful to me. Okay, like if somebody just dropped food in front of me at say 11 o'clock and 2:30 and then 7, that would be awesome. And I just never even thought or heard of food after that. Just, bro, this is what you're eating. And it would probably be very similar meals over and over and over. Now, if I want to get adventurous and expand my universe, all I got to do is go out, change my environment. Because the truth is, every time I change my environment, I am becoming aware of how I change myself ever so slightly or greatly. I was invited to a party the other night. In fact, 3 nights, and I went to a couple of these things, and one of them I went to for 30 minutes and left. It took me 30 minutes to get there. Stayed 30 minutes, left. The host called me and said, "Hey, you disappeared before I could see you." And I said, "No, I saw you." I said hello, and then I left. I just didn't really want to stay for look. I was not going to be myself. I was going to be there talking to people about business deals that I have zero interest in. And I'm sitting there thinking, hey, I could just be outside. I could be at the house painting right now. Instead, I'm going to probably drink 3 vodkas here. If I go home, I might have 1 vodka, but I'm not going to drink 3. No chance. Got to tell you, I am so glad that I had a place to come to today, because last week I've been avoiding going into some of these spaces. It's so negative. I got to tell you, man, it fucks me up. It does. It really messes me up. I'm sorry to use the language, but I think this is my way. I'm not a little baby. I'm not a softie. And I think what it says to me is, hey, I have to be a little careful where I go. Now, the problem is, and the reason I'm sharing this, I can see social media taking on this role, probably already has with the kids, but I find myself sometimes wanting to hang out in a space with others, if for no other reason, just to connect with you and listen. But if the data is arguing and criticizing, it's just not healthy for me. So I have to go back into just the aloneness. I'm starting to believe, well, this is my rationalization, okay? I don't know if it's right or not, but I've been asking myself a lot of very serious questions for the last 3 years. I mean, really serious, like questions like, if you really want to fast track your awareness, all you got to do is go start doing it publicly. Start being really, really clear in your communications with others, and you'll figure out that very quickly. At least for me, I realized. I ask myself questions like this. Okay, Gary, you're going to die in 365 days. What are you going to do? That's a great question, man. You were given 365 days. You're going to drop dead on June the 22nd, 2026. What are you going to spend your time with? You'll be shocked at the answers that come to you. I was shocked. I'll tell you what it was, too. I literally said I would take care of 2 or 3 things with my kids that I haven't taken care of. And then I would paint every day for the rest of my life. That's weird. That is so bizarre to me. Now, that tells me, oh my God, Gary, painting is much more important to you than you think. I just don't know. Wow, I didn't say I was going to go fix that business or buy more Bitcoin or go get married or find a girlfriend or, take my kids all around the world. I said, dude, I just paint every day. I would too. I would. That energy would just drive me to paint. I never expected that answer. The reason I am sharing this with you, I really hope you guys don't think I'm a total narcissist. I get tired of talking about myself, quite frankly, but I can't talk about you. I don't have your experience. And quite frankly, there are so many people telling other people what to do. It sickens me. So I'm just telling you what I'm doing. Okay. I am going to ask myself some very, very tough questions every day of my life. I am a great man. I have information to share with other people, and I share it in a way that is understandable. And I take no shame in that. Like, I am actually good at it. Someone gave me a gift at this, and it is my ego that stops me from wanting to be here. I'm like, man, get your face out of here. There's this weird shame story, man. I don't know if you guys hear, but there's just in the back of my mind, just something that says, hey, what? You're supposed to have a collar on if you're going to do this, son. Who are you anyway? Well, you know what? I'm somebody that survived enough mistakes. And I know this I am stuff, unless you have some other way, some other top secret, double secret, triple secret handshake, super elixir, dude. I've tried it all. And I am alive. I am full of energy. I am a force to be reckoned with, has been more successful than all the mental gymnastics I've ever gone through, all the psychologists I've ever spent money with. I owe it to the universe to be everything I am. Otherwise, like, I'm a complete waste. I am a light, man, for other people. Like, I am a bright star. You're not going to kill me. My energy's, so is yours. I have 4,000 people hanging around here, dude. 4,000 people do something good for someone today. 4,000 people start thinking together. Hey, that's the other thing, okay? I was with a man named Barnaby Reason. If anybody knows what Barnaby Reason is, I love that man so much. He's from Britain, and he made a comment one day after knowing me 3 years, and he saw me doing something that I don't really ever talk about it. In fact, the only time I've talked about it in the last 5 or 6 years is just recently with somebody. This man made a comment. He said, "It's amazing. You have taught me what one person can do. The amount of damage." That's the way I look at it. He said the amount of good you did, but it was like, for me, it was the amount of damage I could do. And damage is like disrupting something, right? Getting people to wake up. Funny, I've been doing this my whole life, really. If I really look at it, I've been doing this kind of stuff almost since I was really, really young. I think I must have been some kind of weird magician or something in another lifetime. If you believe in those kind of things, I actually believe that there's no way I actually think that I feel like there's just this encyclopedia of data and knowledge that I have. Like it's all back here, and it's just literally accessible. I can just plug into it now. And literally all I have to do is just make a decision. I'm plugging in. I am plugging into truth. So we're going to do something a little different today to end, and I am coming to an end. I'm going to say a little prayer. No, we hadn't done that before. And it's going to be based on the I am. So if you can close your eyes, if you can, go to a peaceful place, right? Go to a place where you can repeat this to yourself. I am conscious, man. I am conscious and I am aware of the gift of consciousness. I am self-aware. My awareness is expansive. I'm not scared of my awareness. I am awake. I embrace my awareness of who I am and who I am to the world. I am aware of all my gifts. I am aware of my tremendous life force. I am life force. I am life force. I am love. I am kindness. I am good. I am a child of good. I am a warrior of greatness and truth. I am. And the only thing you got to do after this, folks, is go out and be nice to somebody today. Treat somebody with some type of respect or regard. If you want to do something really progressive here, take the, do good for somebody today and don't brag about it. If you really want to up your level, while you're sitting here writing this, think of that person that you betrayed. Think of that person that you let down, you betrayed, you stole from, you cheated on, you didn't respect enough. Maybe it was a parent, you didn't really give them enough credit for what they suffered. There are people in your life you have not treated well. Call them up today, okay? If you stole money from, calculate the interest, pay them all the money back plus interest. Get on a plan if you have to. Clean your freaking closet, okay? You can't sit here and go, I am great, and you stole money from someone. I am great and just and good, okay? I am cleaning my closet now. I am cleaning. My front porch is spotless. When your porch and your kitchen and your bathroom are all, perfectly clean, then you get permission from me to go criticize everyone around you. Until then, I need to clean my own damn house. And only till then am I allowed to start criticizing other people. I need to encourage you to clean your house, okay? You clean your house, it's going to make me want to have a clean house, okay? Anybody walks in your clean house and bitches about you having a clean house, tell them they're most welcome to leave. In fact, I'd throw them out of the damn house. People that criticize people that keep clean houses are assholes. Okay, I don't need them around me. I'm thinking long-term here, okay? I'm thinking I am an infinite, pure energy of love and greatness and genius, and I will not sacrifice that. I will not sacrifice that, okay? No, I will not. I am building a perfect future today. My karma in the next billion years is going to be perfect, man. That's the long game here. The long game is I have done more good than damage. My heart has been healed. I believe love is the great commodity here. Yeah, I really believe that. There's not enough of it. Everyone wants more. Every person I have ever met just wants more love. Go out and love somebody today. Be nice to somebody. Be super special, okay? You are more than you think you are. Your love times 1,000,000,000. So go out there and show people how much love there is in the world. And I really thank you all for showing up here. 4,400 people. I mean, you are helping me so much. And by helping me, I wasn't broken. You're not broken. You're human, man. You're a human being trying to figure out how to be spiritually great. So don't there is no shame on this one, okay? No one's done this work before us. So let's get busy. We'll make up for the past transgressions of our priors. And then we can shape a new future so that our priors, when they come back around, maybe they are a little lighter. Okay, we need lightness. So I am a bright light, man. I am a bright and brighter light of truth and love, and even tough guys can do it. So you guys, thank you very much. Have an awesome day, and I will see you sometime this week.